What's up, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great day, a beautiful day, and a blessed day as always. Listen. So today I want to call today Transparent Tuesday because I think I might do that from time to time, just be a little bit more open, about things that I have going on in my own personal life, right? Things that I'm dealing and battling with because like I say, just because I get on here and, try to motivate and encourage people to be better, I'm also on the same path and journey as the rest of you. Listen, I do not have life figured completely out. So therefore I am still dealing with things and also learning along the way myself. So I feel like some Tuesdays I will be transparent if there's anything that I feel like I, should be sharing. And so today what I want to be transparent about is I think it was last week in one of my videos, might have been last week, could have been the week a little the end towards the week before. I don't remember. But anyway, so I got on here and I was talking about how God has, you know, started moving in my life, and how whenever the year I think the message was it's only the beginning. I think that's the video. It's only the beginning, right? And in the video, I was talking about how things were just, already starting to flow, and it was only just January, right? And one of the things that I had spoke about was I had got a new client that I had my last client had ended in October, and then so I went with about 2 months, and then I got another client which was in January. I started like that Wednesday, January the 3rd. I think I started the 4th, something like that. Anyway, the first week of January, I started with my new client or whatever, and everything. It was I was still undecided, like I say, what God wanted me to do, whether I needed to go back to work. But I felt like one thing about me, like I try to see God in everything, right? So I went, and picked up the client or whatever like that. And I was thankful, grateful or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, God, I see you moving. There were some things I prayed for. So, okay, I need this job because, I do got to do this, that, or whatever. Well, I no longer have that client. So, and this was since Friday that just passed, right? So I no longer have the client. But, at the same time, like I haven't let it affect me. I'm not like angry, upset at God or nothing like that. Because again, I see God in everything. And I do feel like that this was for the best, for me not to no longer have this client. But, my whole message is to learn how to deal with things, right? Because understanding that God is going to put us through tests, different tests throughout our whole entire life, but it's up to us to pass the test, right? So that we can later on give a testimony about what it is that we have been through and gotten over, right? And gotten through. So maybe you can help somebody else to get through the same thing as well. Well, what I want to say is, so before, whenever I had lost my first client or whatever, I was again not sure if I want to really go back to work. I really didn't want to then, but I was trying to see exactly what God wanted me to do. And what I do want to do instead is, of course, serve God and also work on my business because I have a skincare business, right? So I was like, well, God, just let me work my business and, serve you. Just let me do that. But although, I did, complete a goal, during that time of me not having a client, I also felt like I didn't go as hard, right? Like I didn't really show God that, I really just wanted to do this because, in order for us to really do the things that it is that we want to do in life, whatever that may be, like we have to really give it our all. We have to really do whatever it takes so that we can make sure that we get the success that we are desiring. So, with that being said, I kind of feel like that's maybe why God put me back to work, is because yeah, you did work with your business, but you really didn't work like you could have. So again, I see God in everything. So this time around, I'm like, okay, God, again, it's the same thing. I don't really want to go back to work for nobody. That's just it. I don't want to. So I had to prove myself again to God. Like, if this is what I want, now I need to show him, right? Because again, this is my test. This is, again, the second go round. And again, if the same thing happened twice, it's not for no reason. It's not a coincidence that this has happened twice. So I guess for me now, it's for me to show God what it is that I've been praying to him about. So yes, I've been praying for this, but you have to show me what it is that you want. That show me that you really want this so that I can give it to you, so that I know that you can sustain it, right? And just now out here, not making it like you want to make it. So for me this time around, I'm about to go harder, right? And prove that, listen, I'm not just gonna sit here and soak in the thing that has happened to me, because I feel like that's what a lot of people do. You soak in the thing that has happened instead of overall looking at what is it trying to tell, what is God trying to tell you, right? What is it that you need to do? Who is it that you need to become right now in this moment, and whatever that thing is that you are dealing with? Because trust and believe that there's also somebody that you were supposed to become. You're supposed to let go of some old habits, to receive the new, and to just overall get what it is that you've been praying for. So listen, whenever there is a time that you've been put through a test or a trial or a hard time, you have to remember also, like, think about what is it that you've been praying for, because again, this is could be your setup for the things that you've been praying for. This is also a test for you to later on give a testimony at the end of it all, whenever you come out of it and onto the other side, because everything is possible with God. And God will get you through any and everything that you go through. So with that being said, understanding that you have to prove yourself to God. You have to prove yourself. You can't just ask for things and then don't show up for the things that you want. Don't fight for the things that you want so that you can receive them and receive them fully. So I want to just leave this message and say that whenever you find yourself dealing with things again, just know that God is with you. God is with you. And we all are going to go through things in life. None of us have life figured out right now. You know what I'm saying? We all have to take it a step and a day at a time. That's why life is a journey, right? Because you're going to go through many different things. It's a learning process for each and every last one of us. So just make sure that you are doing whatever that you need to do so that you can pass your test, and so that you can give a testimony, and also maybe help somebody else to overcome and get through the same thing that you have gotten through. So as always, I hope that you guys have a wonderful, a great, a beautiful, and a blessed day. And as always, let's be motivated, but most importantly, let's stay inspired.